Welcome! I'm Mr. Bob from the National Railroad Museum in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and today we have some science experiments we'd like you to help us out with. We're talking all about friction and force, mass, gravity, and velocity. All things that, well, they're around us every single day, but we never see them. And those are some pretty big words. I think that what we probably should do is try to figure out what they all mean. Mr. Justin, what are you doing?
I'm demonstrating motion and velocity, Mr. Bob.
No, motion and velocity. No, you're just running around in a circle.
That's right. Walking around is motion. When an object moves from one point to another, that's called motion. I'm an object and I'm in motion.
Okay, that's motion, but what about velocity?
Well, velocity is related to motion. If we figure out how far an object moves in one direction in a calculated amount of time, that's its velocity.
I don't get it, Mr. Justin. I don't get it.
Okay, time me, all right?
All right.
I just moved 3 feet. In how long?
1 second.
All right. That means my velocity is 3 feet per second. There's, about 60 seconds in a minute, meaning that in 1 minute, I would move 180 feet. That's more than the total length of the big boy.
So if you're telling me that your velocity is going to carry you the length of the big boy in a minute, you better get moving.
Mr. Bob, I know that my velocity will allow me to move that distance. My small mass also helps me move at a faster velocity.
Small mass?
Yes, mass. Mass is the measurement of how much matter makes up an object. Matter is all around us. We can touch it. And well, I am made up of much less matter than you are. Meaning I have a smaller mass and can move much faster. See ya!
Well, that explains motion and mass and velocity, but we still need to understand friction and force and gravity. I think I'm going to need some help with this. Who can I call? Oh, wait a minute. I got an idea. Miss Alyssa, Mr. Bob, come in, please.
Go for Miss Alyssa.
Miss Alyssa, I need you to help me understand force and friction and gravity. Can you explain these?
Sure. If you look at it this way, a train is coming down the tracks and it's applying force to move. Every time that we drop something, lift it up, bend it, push or pull, we are applying force.
Okay, but what about friction?
Friction is the resistance of motion. If you look at the locomotive, as it's coming to a stop, the brakes are applied and pressed against the wheels, and that is friction.
And gravity?
Gravity is the force that keeps everything to the ground. The locomotive wouldn't be able to stay on the tracks unless there is gravity. Do you got it?
Yes, thanks, Miss Alyssa. Now it's time for you to do some experimenting. Mr. Justin, let's do some crashing here to demonstrate friction and force and motion and gravity and velocity.
All right, let's do this. Now watch what happens. I have an object that's up on this end, and then there's an object at rest. Let's see how far this goes.
Down it comes, and that time, the force moved that object by 5.5 inches. Are you going to increase the mass, Mr. Justin?
Yeah, let's add more mass to it and see if it'll make it go further.
More mass, here it comes. And this time,
Definitely.
14.5 inches. Boy, that mass sure moved things along. Are you going to increase the velocity?
Should we increase
Let's
it?
increase the velocity this time.
Let's increase it all the way here.
All right.
All right. Mass and velocity are increased. Let's see if we can get it to go even further this time.
Whoa, well, about 24 inches before our little bus skipped off the test track there. Thank you, Mr. Justin. Scouts, now it's time for you to do this experiment at home. All you need to replicate what we just showed you here is something that you can use to make an inclined plane. A board or maybe some old train track like we have. You'll need some books so that you can increase or decrease the velocity. You'll want some things that roll. We're using some old model trains. So anything that's round that will roll down your inclined plane will work perfectly. And then get a ruler so that you can measure the results. Mr. Justin, what are you doing?
It's time for us to say goodbye, and I'm setting you in motion and forcing you off camera. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.